Welcome on in, everybody. Today, I just wanted to take you through some of the projects that I am working on because I know when I'm out there in the real world and people are saying, I'm working on my side project, I've always wondered, what side project? What do people work on in their spare time? What do they work on as their side projects? That's really what we get to see because we usually can't share what we work on at work. And so I thought I would show what a software developer with 10 years of experience might be working on their side projects. And I want to give you a little hint. They're pretty simple because I don't have time to solve the complex problems of the world of technology when I'm doing side projects. I'm generally just trying to build little tools for myself and just have fun with it, have a little bit of relaxation. And so I'll take you through it. You'll probably be thinking, wow, that's really simple. And you know what? I think most people's side projects are probably pretty simple when they have a full-time job. If they don't have a full-time job, or they don't have a social life, or they are just extremely smart and way more talented than me, then maybe, just maybe, they have actually really cool side projects, and I'm sure they're out there. I just personally don't know anybody who has a super cool side project. I know people who have similar projects to me. I know people who are trying to turn their projects into the next $1 million, $1 billion idea, and to me, it's just another CRUD app. And you know what? My side projects are just another CRUD app. So without further ado, let me take you through the projects that I've got going on over the last couple of months. A couple of them I love and use every single day, and then a couple of them are just for fun. And you know what? Some of them are just AI slop, but they're AI slop that I use to help me through my day. So let's get started. Okay. First up is my main project, which is called letemcook.io. We are in the dashboard section now. We have this little get started. You can either be a meal prepper or you can just be here to track your macros. And how do I use this website? Great question. The way I use it, and so I'm logged into my profile right now, so I'm seeing my recipes. If I wanted to explore other recipes, I could go into explore recipes, but hint, only a few people have made recipes and I have saved them. So I actually see no recipes, but if you were to log on and go to explore recipes, you would see all of these recipes and you could create your own. But the main purpose I needed is that every week I meal prep and I need a way to keep track of everything and to make my plan. And I would do this all by hand and it would take about an hour. I've gotten it down to about 8 minutes. Plus I just like the product. Plus when I'm cooking now, I just whip out my phone or my iPad and I have my recipe right there. And I can just click through each step. So much easier than trying to figure out where did I put it. I then had everything in OneNote. But then I also have some stuff in physical cookbooks. Not anymore. Everything that I do with cooking, and I cook just about every single day, and all of us eat, presumably, every single day. So this is an app that you could end up using every single day, is that this app is extremely useful to me, and I'm very glad that I took the time to build it. And it is public. You too can sign up for letemcook.io. So anyway, I select the recipes that I want to have for the week. So here's what I got. And then I create my calendar. From there, I can drag in my recipes. So let's see, we want to have some ramen for breakfast. That seems like a great idea, I think. And so you just drag those on in there. And then I can have my tuna melt for lunch. And want to have a burger for dinner. And what am I looking at in the caloric range? All right, so we got 1,800 calories, 112 grams of protein. Looks like in order to hit my goal of 2,500 calories, I still need a little bit more food, and that's how I know. But at least I can get a ballpark of what my macros will be for the week. And so then I can simply print this meal plan, and then the main attraction for me is I now can just create a grocery list. And so this is going to use the OpenAI API to extract all the information from the metadata of these recipes and create a grocery list. So what it does is it first combines all of the ingredients and then it tries to parse them the best that it can to give you the number. It sums the number and it tries to get rid of any duplicates. Then it tries to order it in presumably how groceries are ordered in a grocery store. And so that is going to be your produce and then your meats and then your snacks. And then at the end here is all of your seasoning because usually I have these. But it is a great reminder if I run out of like gochujang, then bam, I've got it here. And that's something that I always forget to put on my grocery list. So anyway, I go through here and I go, okay, I got tomato, I got lettuce, and I just go through and I unclick all the ones that I don't need. I can just download that list, and now I have my grocery list ready to go. And so one of the things that I think I'd really like about this is, as I get more friends to use it, we're able to share recipes. And so you can see those in the explore recipes, and you can see other users who have created recipes. And so I think that's a great way to share and discover recipes that are ready to go, because it's awesome to find recipes online, but then you have to go through the riffraff of all of the explanations. Recipe websites are just so chaotic and difficult to navigate. And then if you see a recipe that you like, say on TikTok or Instagram, you got to write that down. It doesn't, hopefully you remember to write it down. Otherwise you're trying to like watch it and keep having to like rewatch it and pause it. And so that's kind of annoying. And so I like to have all of that information here. And then I've also added a daily macro tracker. So then you can quickly add your macros. So this is going to be either your recipes that you already have, or you could actually add a manual recipe if you knew. And I'm working on combining this with the FDA food API, so that way you could put in something like apple or banana or granola bar, and it will bring in those macros as well, very similar to MyFitnessPal. And I really dislike MyFitnessPal. I find the UI sloppy, I find it difficult to navigate, and I find that if I know I had like a burrito bowl and it was roughly 500 calories, I can't simply just put burrito bowl 500 calories. Instead, I have to put like all the ingredients that were in the burrito bowl. In this case, I could just put burrito bowl, and then I could just put 532 grams of protein. I don't know the others. I don't care. I add that. I'm good to go. I don't know why you can't do that in MyFitnessPal. Maybe you can now. It's been a couple years since I've used it, but that, my friends, is Let 'em Cook. If you would like to check this out, you can check it out at letemcook.io. Right now, I see you have the dashes, but letemcook.io, and you can get started as well. All right, on to the next one. So I actually have been getting reached out to different people about what I supply as a content creator, if I can promote or whatever like that. And so I have decided to just create a website that shows my offerings. So again, this is kind of an AI slop website, but I put it together nice and quickly, and you can see that it quickly navigates to my different media content. And so you can see all of that right there. And then I show the different products that I offer. So if you would like something like a practice interview or a resume review, you can book that now right on here at michaelspencermedia.com. And then from there, you can see the orders. So in this case, I just have a test order because I'm not really ordering from myself, but I would have the orders listed here. And then let's log out, and I have a test user. And then you can see how you can track the orders that you had. And then I can go to my orders, and you can see my orders that they have been completed, and you can view it, and you can see a little log that I make. And from there you pay the deposit and then the final balance, and everything is good to go. So that's my media website that I've put together. I would like to figure out a way to make this feel less AI sloppy, but I didn't have a lot of time to put it together, and I just wanted something out there, and something is better than nothing, but not all the time. So we'll see what I do here. It's not something I'm like that passionate about, but it certainly helps just have a presence online. The next thing that I have is a website that I call Work It Out. Now, this is an invite only, quote unquote, as in just like me and my friends can use it. I would like to figure out a way that I could have more users, but basically you have a battle between you and your friends for working out. And so I would log a workout, and then that takes $5 from, well, first it puts the money into a pot, and at the end of the week it pays it out. So when I log a workout, I now have $10 in the pot. But let's say my friend who I am connected to also logs a workout. Now it's going to go down to 5, or let's say they were ahead. But basically it's okay, I'm logging my workouts, they're logging theirs. What's the sum of that? If we both do 5 workouts that week, the sum is 0. But if you are able to beat your friend and you do 5 workouts and they only do 2 workouts, guess what? You're getting a payout of $15. So it's a great way to pair up with somebody and to keep each other accountable with real life consequences, which is your pocketbook. So it's very simple. It's just this little loggy website, and then also it shows a calendar of the workouts that you've done, so at least you have like a little bit of a habit tracker. But I'm pretty excited about this one. It doesn't have too many features. I want to keep it really simple, but I like this idea of competing with your friends on who can work out, and then also getting a payout, I think, is a great way to motivate you. Okay, next on the docket is Bite Size Tech. This is my first website that actually is like fully functional CRUD app. I created right before ChatGPT came out in 2023. And was it 2023? I believe so. And so I got tired of every time I wanted to search for something, I had to go through many documents, many documentation and blog sites and read through all this stuff when all I want to know is, how do I create a Node.js application? Perfect, right there. Even more simple. How do I do a SQL rollback transaction? Perfect, it's all right here. Let's go to, how about my planet scale CLI? Okay, so these are the simple planet scale CLI commands. And it's just all right there, ready to go. And actually, I still use it a lot because Claude and ChatGPT have actually gotten very verbose with their solutions. And they kind of take a long time. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're taking longer. Maybe they're not, but that's what I feel like. And so if I know, like, I go to this one all the time because I use it for my plant scale, and it's just so much quicker than trying to ask ChatGPT every time I forget how something works. So that's this website. You can also check this one out. I don't believe you can create your own tickets. It's more like a blog website that only I have access to create these. If you want to check it out, go ahead. Okay, so desktop apps, what do we got for that? For my pixel art, I've got a little pixel application. This is 100% vibe coded, but I just wanted a quick way because I couldn't find any like good pixel art applications I like. There's some websites that I like, but then you're dealing with a web application for something that I don't think fits as a web application. So I've got this spun up, works great, and that's how I can create my pixel art for my websites. I don't do AI generated art at all. I don't like it at all, and so I'd rather have pixel art than AI generated art. And so that's what I do for my websites, is create pixel art because I don't know how to do any other type of art. And then finally, the last thing that I've been working on is Notepad in Windows has gotten terrible. So now I've got CodePad. How does CodePad work? All it is just a notepad, but instead I can find all these different languages. I can prettify the JSON or the SQL, I don't remember exactly. And then we've got all these fun themes. You know, if I've got some code or something that I just want to paste in, because also as I was using things like NeoVim, sometimes I just want a place to put code that isn't like a file. And so here I can just paste in just like a notepad is supposed to be. But now Microsoft's Notepad is so heavy and slow and annoying, and Copilot keeps coming up. So I just wanted a quick place to put it, and I really had this over engineered by Vibe Code. So these two are just complete vibe coded AI slop that I have no idea how they work, but I don't really care because I don't plan to add on from them. I will say this is with C#, and it's really nice, and I would love to get more into desktop applications. I haven't done desktop applications in a while, but with the new Avalon, it's really nice feeling, and I like it a lot more than WPF. I like it a lot more than Maui or whatever they were trying to do before with their multi-platform. This is a multi-platform framework by Microsoft, so you can write C# applications for both your PC and for your Mac. And so I really do enjoy that, and I think I want to actually get into the weeds of this and maybe not do so much vibe code on it once I have more time on that. But the main one that I'm focused on of like actually implementing myself right now is this Let 'em Cook. So at the moment I'm working on an ISO application, and I've never written Swift, and so that's something I want to learn to do. So I'm not simply vibe coding the Swift. But what I do appreciate about vibe coding is that if you need a tool or utility on the side, just like the code pad or the pixel art, you can quickly spin that up. And you know what? It's just for me. If it breaks, it doesn't matter. However, because this thing is for the public, I know the architecture. I've written a lot of the code myself. And that way, if something happens, I know what to do. And I'm not relying on an LLM to tell me how it's done. I like to think it's the least AI looking website I have. I know it's not beautiful, but that's because, I designed it a little bit. There are elements of this that I had AI help freshen up. That's why you see the emojis, but I tried using not emojis and I just didn't like the look of it. So for now, I'm using emojis. That's also like Monarch, which is a website I really like for a mint replacement, and that uses emojis a lot in it. And I think it actually adds a bit of playfulness. Ideally, I do all my own pixel art, and then all these emojis are actually cute little pixel art. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you an idea of what maybe side projects are being done out there, because I know everybody is always like, put your side project, and then you see side projects on like Reddit or TikTok or Twitter or Threads, and they're like these incredible, amazing things. But I just want you to know that not all side projects need to be this absolutely incredible, amazing feat of engineering or vibe coding, and they can just be these simple tools that help you. And that's probably what most side projects are just these simple tools that help you. And so thank you so much for watching in. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.